Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review this excellent series that we are enjoying. It's called Beyond the Bar and we're in episodes 7 and 8. And before I continue, we got a new show that started just this weekend. It's called Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. That's good. I watched the first episode. I'm about to finish the second one. I'll come back and review that one. That's really good. But episode 7, oh my gosh, this show, the cases they're dealing with, they are so like thought-provoking at the same time, pulling on your heartstrings, and it gets your brain going like, what would I do if that was me, is where I keep feeling. And like episode 7 about the lady who had Alzheimer's, and now the husband assists her to obviously take her life, and how obviously in Korea it's illegal, so he has to go to jail. But the interesting thing was they had met before, and he had to represent the other side of the case, right? For that, I think there was a hit and run, and I think she saw it. Then obviously she wanted to be a witness, and it bothered her. So when I think she would remember, she would write it down, and he had to make sure that she came off as not a credible witness. And for that reason, he had to go there to demonstrate that her memory is not that good. Like he introduced himself, my name is so and so. And then he went on and he said, what's my name? And then he's like, I told you 5 minutes ago. And I was like, you're being so mean. You know she has Alzheimer's. Of course she's gonna forget. She doesn't even remember sometimes her own husband. Like, seriously? But it was effective in the fact that it really showed that, yeah, she has memory issues. So then how can she be a credible witness to this whole situation when this whole time you're just like, ooh, that felt icky. So it's interesting. Obviously, sometimes I wonder, when you're a lawyer and you know the truth and you know what it is, but your job is to represent your client, and sometimes you've got to go there to win the case. Sometimes it's about winning the case. Sometimes it's not always about morals. That was crazy. But I love how they described the whole, like, you know, the different stages of life as a rainbow, right? It may start off as red hot, but then as life goes on, it will evolve into different ways and colors and all that stuff. And I loved how they described it. It was so good, and I totally agree. And it was, I guess, the case for him and his ex-wife, who finally, you know, I was asking, like, why do you still get soaps from her if you're trying to move on? And I was glad to see he finally moved on, because when he called and said, yeah, why did you leave me? Well, I don't feel like you were there for me. The hot and fuzzy romance, had gone. And he's like, you do realize love evolves, right? When you first meet, it can be passionate and all that kind of stuff. But then you come together and you mature and you have life and stuff like that. It should grow and mature. And she's like, yeah, now that I'm with the other guy, I see that. And I blamed you for not keeping, I guess, the fire burning, if you will, or the passion or whatever. Not that you shouldn't have that, but just the fact that you should be able to evolve with times and life and things like that. And he was like, great. And almost like, she was like, I'm sorry. And you could tell, like, he was like, closure, I'm good. Like, look, don't send me those soaps anymore. I want to see the dog. And actually, when you do bring the dog, I don't want to see you. Drop it off over there. I'll pick it up. As in, like, I never want to see you ever again. I was like, good. Close that book. Move on. Now, his relationship with the rookie lawyer, I'm like, I don't know, but you can tell me, I hope they don't turn it romantic. I'm really loving the whole mentor and rookie, almost like a big brother and a younger sister, and she's watching her brother, and she is just learning and just eating it up and, evolving into becoming a really good lawyer. Almost like if he ever retires, he should be able to say, she can replace me. Like, she is like me and even better, right? So I don't know. I'm like, I hope they don't go there. I don't feel like I'm seeing a chemistry of where it can turn romantic. Now, the associate one, the one who usually helps him, I'm loving that story of the two of them and how the other lady, I guess she used to be, had gained a lot of weight, was in an abusive relationship, but the husband didn't care for her. Her mom had died and she just got depressed. They had a daughter and she pulled herself out of it when she got the divorce, lost the weight, and it was him who helped her. And he said, if you ever need anything, if you're in the trenches, let me know, which she was. And he says, I'll come and get you out of it, which he did. I mean, the more we learn about him, he is so noble and so wise. He's so lovable, right? And then obviously in episode 8, oh my gosh. So the firm is really jealous. They're trying to come up with all kinds of things to like find him in a crime so that he can be kicked out. Like the associate that they were trying to accuse him of having an affair, only to find that actually it wasn't him, it's the other guy. I was like, yeah. When the lady, the one now is their new boss, went in and said, let me get this straight. You're using our young lawyers, female lawyers, as your like almost like prostitutes in your would-be business dinners. Really? Like the disrespect. And then he was like, oh, we can talk this at this office. And the way she turned around and slapped him a couple times, like, you should be ashamed. I know, like, seriously, this is what educated women are to you, is for your use. And then you pretty much Me Too'd the other one into sleeping with you, and you're a married man. Like, ick. Just ick. I'm so glad he's out. Like, bye. I think he resigned or whatever that is. But they're still plotting to try and get him out of the firm because he is like their nightmare. And they were like, look, you've got to earn your place here. We can't share the same money and you have one department, only the ones that's working really hard. And the rest of you are just like, it is what it is. What? No. And I'm glad that she's a new sheriff in town and she is not letting anything slide. Excellent. Now, the story in episode 8 is one of the rookie's friend's sister, who's an anchor. And she had an abusive husband and he would beat her. But then when she found out that when she took this medicine, because apparently without the medicine, she is weak, meek. She doesn't know how to fight for herself. But she is a celebrity, almost like a well-known anchor on TV. Strong woman, but at home can't speak up or anything to her husband. Then she takes this medication, blacks out. When she wakes up, she beat the bejesus out of him. I mean, she really beat him up. And then she was like, wow, it's like that medication turned me into a Wonder Woman. So then, what does she do? When he came back again, she thought, today I'm actually, on purpose, I'm going to take that medicine. So when he comes again, I'm going to beat his behind. She does. But because apparently when she's on that medication, it's a blackout. So she is really not aware of what she's doing. And she really hurt him. He's in the hospital. So trying to prove the case of the fact that really it's intentional that you took the medication to hurt someone. That being said, it's also, I guess, a way of protecting herself. And the fact that they had to prove that, I was like, that is interesting. Almost like somebody who decides to drink alcohol so you can get the courage to go speak to someone. That being said, there's also abuse. It was quite the complicated case because I felt like I saw both ways. Like, I don't feel like you should be under the influence on purpose so you can go do the dirty work. No, if it happened by mistake, it's one thing, but it was on purpose. So I was like, I don't know if I feel like, because she, at the end of the day, obviously, they're good at what they do. She got off. But I was like, boy, but she did it on purpose. Now, I get it. She did it to protect herself. But I'm thinking, couldn't you have gone and reported to the police? Because she would make these false reports as far as, she was in a car accident. When your husband is beating you at home because you are a huge, anchor, do you want to tell the truth? I would rather she had done that to remove him versus, this medication makes me into Wonder Woman. I can beat you up. I don't know if I like that. Then the other part that really bothered me is after she got off, the three of them, the rookie and her two friends sit there and say, let's watch that video again just to see how she really beat him up. I was like, that's in poor taste. I get it. He deserves it. He was an abuser. Not great, but let's watch it one more time before we delete it. Really? I don't know. That felt kind of icky. I guess it's a case of like two wrongs don't make a right. I don't think I would want to sit and watch how my poor sister has been going through it with her husband. And oh, I'm glad she can beat him up. I get it. It's kind of revenge, but I don't know. It's just, there was something icky about it. But oh, just a fantastic series. And like I said, every case, really huge moral dilemma where it's like, what would I do if it was me? And then also it's showing the other side of law. Sometimes you don't have to be right. The question is, can you argue your case and win? Okay, like I feel like the case of that case of the Alzheimer's at the beginning, how he won his case, it was like, wow, that was a little, you know. The other part I liked is the quote when he says, you know, words are important, and especially sharp ones. Be careful how you use them. Sometimes you could use them and hurt somebody really, really bad, but there's a place and time when you can use them and you could really save someone. So almost like be wise. When you do decide to go there, be wise. I thought that's really good. Anyway, I feel like this show has really good lessons and a lot of, like I said, very thought-provoking. And if you love shows that has to do with law, this show is very well written. The acting is fantastic as well. But anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments section. Another excellent 2 episodes. Join me. I'll come back and review Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, because that looks really good and has that actress that we really love. But once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help support my channel. And I'll see you next time.